guys, welcome to my top tips for life. I'm Nalini Tranquim. I'm a Christian certified life coach, and today I have the absolute privilege of interviewing celebrity and fashion stylist Trish G. She is absolutely incredible. She has over 20 years in the fashion industry. Trish has spoken at conferences and seminars and workshops alongside other world-renowned speakers and has designed a successful styling business that has a team of over 100 fashion stylists Australia-wide. Trish loves to bring out the true inner beauty, individuality and strength in her clients, and today she is going to speak to us specifically on the topic of self-esteem. You are going to love her. Let's get into it.
Oh,
Hello.
hello, sweet girl.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to see your face.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for coming and sharing your wisdom with us all. I'm so excited. And I first have to say congratulations. You are the sexiest grandma on the planet.
She's adorable. Summer Grace. She is adorable. I mean, stunning to look at, but the best part is because it's Renee's first child, she just eats and sleeps.
Bliss.
2 weeks old. So last night she slept from 11 at night till like 7 in the morning.
Oh my gosh, Trish.
I know.
Trish, thank you so much for coming and having a conversation today. I'm so excited to have you on. I quite often put questions out to my audience and I ask, like, you know, what would you like covered in these videos? And the one that really hit me between the eyeballs just recently was a lady messaging in and saying, can you please talk about self-esteem? And you were literally the first person I thought of. I guess I just want to hand over to you to speak into the life of the person who is really battling with self-esteem.
Okay, well, that's a majority, sad to say. And to be perfectly honest, a lot of men and women that struggle with self-esteem, like they could be from, you know, the public speaker, the actor, the, you know, to the, you know, we can say upper class, which I don't even like to say that. I just think, you know, just the individual person, doesn't matter who they are.
Yeah.
Self-esteem is a big issue, and it's pretty much because of what's been spoken over our lives. Even if things haven't been spoken over our lives, sometimes we convince ourselves of certain things, and we've just created this mindset of who we are, and pretty much have trained ourselves to think like that, to act, to behave.
Yeah.
And it really is a facade. It's not real. Usually we can unveil or unlayer and really find the person under that lack of low self-esteem. There are so many characteristics in a person as well. To be perfectly honest, I am an introvert. You'd never think so.
Wow.
So I've taught myself to be an extrovert. So I'm kind of both, but I personally like to be on my own more than anything. I've taught myself over the years to really, I've bossed myself. I've sat in the car before I've walked in a room and said, okay, you've got to walk in, you've got to greet people, you've got to talk to people. You know, you can't feel left out. You can't be insecure if no one looks at you, if no one talks to you. Don't take it personally. Go up to them. And I've been even in conversations where I just walk up to people and it's awkward, you know, awkward.
Yeah.
And I've had every excuse to say it doesn't work, I'm rejected, you know, blah, blah, blah. But I've made an executive decision that I am going to boss my way into people's lives, and whether they like it or not, you know, because some people are kind of like you can have people with attitude and you can have the ones that are kind, that are, most people are kind, you know.
Yeah.
So it's just that 1 in 10 that can really crush you to pull back, but that challenges me to even push my way
Even further
in.
Oh
yeah, it does. So I just think that personally, low self-esteem is just a title. We all go through the same issues, maybe, you know, later in life or earlier in life. You've gone through things that I haven't gone through. I've gone through things that you haven't gone through. But we all feel the same, think the same. created the same. So what I'm saying is, personally, I think we're all perfect, but it's the stuff that we've allowed. The mum said this to me, my dad said this, my brother, my boyfriend, my husband, my work colleague, my boss, my teacher, all these things have been spoken over me, and now I'm a dead, crushed person. And I don't know what to do with myself. And you know, I think as leaders like yourself, as a coach and as a leader myself, our goal and our mandate should be, let's lift all those layers and find that beautiful, strong person inside of you. And even if they say, no, that's not me, and no, I've been through this, I've been through that, doesn't matter. All those challenges are what make us even more beautiful. They can make you hard, they can make you angry, they can make you bitter, they can make you withdraw even more, but they shouldn't. They should teach you like lessons in life to not treat people like that, and how to become more beautiful.
I love that.
Anyway, I'm just going to ramble.
I could listen to you all day. Seriously, I just love your love for people. And I think it's going to come as such an encouragement as well to people to hear that you wouldn't naturally put yourself out, that it's actually something that you've had to work at, and you've had to have those little pep talks in the car before getting out to go and, do a speech in front of thousands of people. That is so encouraging, because I think sometimes people can look at leaders or people that they admire and respect and think, oh, they've got it all together. It's okay for them. It comes naturally to them. I'm not like that.
Yeah, so that's definitely not the case with myself and with many that I know. I've been to lunches with the most funniest out there, creative, public speakers, entertainers, and over dinner, they don't even talk. They don't even talk. They're really, really quiet unless you approach them, and they're the most amazing, deep, meaningful people, like everybody else. I think everyone's meaningful and deep. And yes, most times before I get out of the car, I will be like, okay, take a deep breath. We're going out with friends again Friday who I've never met. My husband is such an extrovert. He attracts so many people. He's always whining and dining, and I'm his wife, so I tag along. And like with people that I've never met, and I walk in and I boss myself to really love them, not even for them to like me, couldn't care less, but to love them, to be like, what do you do? I'm interested. I'm actually interested. I listen. And then most times I fall in love with people, and they're in our life all the time. Like, our relationship, Nalini, when you came to the warehouse, we became friends for life because because I delved into your life, you delved into mine, and we've just built this relationship over the years. And that's because, I know about you, I know about your boy, your son, your husband, your struggles, your challenges, your joys, your disappointments. I've seen your journey, I've watched your journey. I'm interested. I love you. I'm interested. If I don't see you for 6 months, it'll be like a day to me.
Absolutely. It's like we catch up from where we left off the last time. I know. It's fantastic.
So in saying that, low self-esteem are people that are like, why don't you call me? Why don't you, get in contact with me? Why don't you, instead of asking, hey, I miss you. Have you been busy? I love being around you. It's our approach. The way we feel on the inside is what comes out of us on the outside.
100%.
So I've got beautiful friends that I probably speak to 3-4 times a year. I'm not going to, and they're friends, because when I'm with them, I'm just vomit everything out, like as in, I'm not hiding anything. So, and I don't say, well, you never call me. And I just think, well, they're just as busy as myself, and they don't question my friendship and my love and how I feel. And I've always said to my good friends, if I have a problem, you'll know about it.
You're a low maintenance friend, which honestly, they're the best. because you can just be you, you know, like we said earlier, you just carry on from where you left off. But a lot of that stems from knowing who you are, right? If your identity is so caught up in the relationship or being seen to being loved and received, and you know, if it's constantly like that, then you're putting your identity in the relationship rather than your identity in who you are as an individual, right?
Yeah, totally. And like listening to you too, and I know those that are listening, you know, I don't want to come across like, wow, I'm amazing and this is how, you know, what you just heard. I want to be totally transparent to the listeners.
Yeah.
The truth is, I was the most insecure. I mean, I'm 54 in December. So I'm talking about I've grown so much and I'm still growing. But I was the most insecure, negative, hard on myself, hated myself, didn't trust people, you know, sexually abused as a young girl. Relationships were really hard, betrayed. So relationships were even harder. I carried that, walked in that. But one thing, I was always determined to not live in that state. I challenged myself all the time to be better, to listen, to learn, to forgive myself, to ask for healing. You know, I have a relationship with God. I'm definitely not religious, but I've got a faith in God. And, you know, I turn to him and he whispers and he heals what no doctor, no husband, no amazing business, no friend can ever heal. And can never get to.
Yeah.
So, you know, for those that are listening, you know, I have come a long way, but it didn't happen overnight. Because my purpose and my daily routine as I get out of bed is, okay, how can I become a better wife today, a better mother, a better friend? How can I have a good attitude? You know, making sure no one robs me of my joy, my peace. Yeah, so I just wanted to add that in because, like, I was, you know, people listening might say, well, Trish, you know, I'm in a relationship or I've had this happen to me and, you know, financial issues, obstacles, struggles, insecurities. You know, I've invented those thoughts that they're having. I'm saying, you know, I was addicted to alcohol and drugs, anything to take that voice that screamed in my head, you're ugly, you're not worth it, no one likes you, what are you doing walking into a room? See, they don't even look at you, and you're not pretty enough, you're not good enough, you're not smart enough, you got expelled from school at the age of 14, you are dumb, you are stupid, these men are intelligent, these women are intelligent, look at them, they're, you know, and you're trying to. So I used to fight those voices and humor myself. And even while I was in meetings with executives and leaders, I would walk in and sit down and just say to myself, just be you, Trish, just be you. Whether that's going to be silly, whether something stupid's going to come out of your mouth, most likely it will. You'll have some serious faces, like, what is she on about? But then you have those that don't care, see that you're genuine, see that that's who you are, you'll compliment who they are because they need a bit of fun because they're just stick in the muds if they think that way. So you know what I'm saying?
I love
you know
it.
what I'm saying?
I just love it, Trish. Seriously, this is gold. Oh my gosh, I can't even tell you. Okay, so you've obviously witnessed the journey with people, and I know I was one of them because when I first walked into your warehouse, I was a broken, disgruntled mother who had just spent 6 months on the side of a hospital bed, you know, as her son underwent treatment for a horrible, debilitating disease. And I remember when I walked in, I had completely lost sight of who I was. And I was nervous to be in front of you because you were just absolutely gorgeous and you had all these amazing clothes around you. And I was absolutely petrified to come and spend time with you. But just walk me through what you witness when people like me walk in who have got no idea who they are, have totally lost sight of their individuality and themselves as a person, and what that process looks like by the time they leave, because it's mind-blowing. I just want you to walk me through that, what you see.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what happens in this place is very private and confidential always. So when you walked in, obviously I didn't know you. I just didn't know, I didn't know if you had children. I probably did, but not really.
Yeah.
You told me your experience about your boy. Now, that would be my biggest nightmare. I've never gone through anything like that.
Yeah.
So already you had me at hello. So I was just listening to your story. So the story, usually with my makeovers, we call them that. But it's pretty much, it does take a good 3 to 4 hours, because the first nearly hour, 45 minutes, is I get to know you. So as you're expressing, sharing about your boy, so you're just talking. But while you're talking, I'm actually trying to find you again amongst the trauma, amongst the hurt, the disappointment. And, you're just talking and I'm thinking, wow, what a stunning mum. Just the love is just overflowing with not only your boy, but just the people. And you're just talking. Even though, you did have a sick child, there are other women out there that are mums. Very easy for mums to lose themselves, because we serve and live for our children.
We do. Yeah, we do.
That's what we do. It's a gift and it's beautiful. Wouldn't have it any other way. But we can lose ourselves where it can get really scary. It shouldn't be like that. As you're talking, I'm pretty much just styling you mentally already. So, and of course you're very out there. You're very extravagant, very classy. You're an entertainer. So I knew all that as well. So I'm kind of like, well, this girl has no boundaries. I can style her to the cows come home. I can put really loud, fun items on her, because she became so conservative and so stuck, and you had an attitude of, this will do. Yeah. Like, it was still gorgeous. You were always gorgeous, but it was like, this will do.
Yeah, we're not in survival mode, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. And even with body, like even with image, even like I like to say women lose their sexy. There's sexy where like, it's a bit over the top. I'm not into that. But there's sexy where there's elegant, really pleasant to look at. Yeah. So a lot of women lose their sexy, and I'm just watching and listening and thinking, okay, I've got to draw their sexy back where all their husbands love me for that.
I love that.
And then I just, as you know, put a whole rack together, and I throw you in things that I know love, but have lost your confidence to wear. But then, usually the first outfit is a good 15-minute outfit, just staring yourself in the mirror, because I allow yourself to see yourself to talk to yourself. So I just stand there and throw some seeds, like, what do you think? Yeah. Oh, I like it. Like, are you sure? Like, I don't know what it is. Oh my goodness, I feel amazing. I love it. And so you start speaking life over yourself. So imagine in 2 hours of try this one on, try this one on, try this one on, and then I just create styling monsters. Then like you are just like, look at you,
It's incredible. Now, I know that there is this saying that when we look good, we feel good. And I think, sometimes we can go, oh yeah, it's just, people just say that. But I mean, you experience it every day with the girls and the men that walk in and spend time with you. You begin to see that unraveling of confidence now coming back as they stand in front of the mirror looking at themselves. Do you agree then with that statement that when you look good, you feel good?
Totally. Look, every person that I've styled, most people have lack of confidence. By the time they walk out of these doors, have their confidence back, full confidence. It's incredible. That It is incredible. I'm confident to say that if they walk in with no confidence, they will walk out with confidence. I can't explain to you, it just happens.
Yeah.
And we should look after ourselves. We only get one body. This is the vessel. This is the house that we live in. And if you don't look after you, nobody else will. And especially if you are trying to portray or build a business, you know, if people like what they see, then they like what they hear.
Yeah.
You know,
true.
that's like with anybody. If I was to go to a hairdresser and she had bleached, burnt hair, and she was trying to say to me, this is what we're going to do with your hair, I would say, over my dead body, you're not touching my hair, because get yourself right first. You know, an interior decorator, you know, you go into their homes or into their display homes and it's stunning, but if it's messy, if it's dirty, if it's, you know, unorganized, you're not going to be helping me interior decorate my home.
Exactly.
You know, so presenting well is something that we can do and do it comfortable. It doesn't need to be a suit. It doesn't need to be fitted. It doesn't need to be a certain style or color or price. You know, presenting well is just a look that you can just roll out of bed, open your wardrobe, and so many men and women I know have a full wardrobe, never anything to wear. But imagine having the problem, a full wardrobe, and can't decide what to wear.
I love that. That's the best thing about coming back from your factory, from your warehouse. 100% is now you've got all this array of choice. It's brilliant.
So to answer your question, I really think that, you know, you're valuable. So obviously you need to look after yourself. You are valuable. I've very rarely heard, maybe 1 in 50 say it's not a priority. And I say, yes, clothing's not a priority. People are. But if you don't look after you, no one else will. So why don't you look after you? You deserve it. You work hard. You're a mother or you're a father or whatever. Even if you're just a human and you deserve to treat yourself and look beautiful. And
absolutely,
it doesn't take much. It doesn't take much. Like, I'm full on. I love makeup, and you know, I exercise every day with lippy on. It's just who I am. But then it's probably not your thing. Whether you wear makeup or not doesn't make you beautiful. It's how you feel on the inside. But still, look after yourself. Don't look like you've rolled out of bed in baggy, daggy, saggy clothes. Like, you can wear comfy, stylish outfits.
Look good and feel good. I love that. I just love that. Some of my clients, because, you know, as you know, I do life coaching, have been so wrapped up in hubby and children and running around like headless chickens. And I know all of us mums are guilty of this. We put ourselves right at the bottom of the list in terms of priorities. And even to the extent where we feel guilty when we want to invest in ourselves. What do you say to the woman who desperately needs this, like needs some TLC, some time for herself of refreshing and re-energizing and ministering into her own life? What do you say to the girl who feels guilty for doing that?
Most women do. It definitely is an investment to come and see me. Sorry, but it is. Because, you know, you are the core, you are the foundation, you are the server, you are the nurse, the doctor, the wife, you know, and if you don't invest in you, you're just giving scraps. You really, really are. Because you think, you know, we can act like martyrs. Like, I've got 3, you know, adult children now, so I get it. But I always invested in myself, because I found that if I was stronger, if I was happier, if I felt good about myself, that's what expressed out of me. And I know a lot of women that, you know, I'm overweight, I'm not pretty enough, we've got all these excuses. I have the babies, I don't go out, who's going to see me? We make up all these excuses where I say, stop it. Start to just invest in you, because you deserve it, and it'll express out of your personality, because I speak, you know, a lot of women that are running around, all those kind of women, sorry, but they just sound like they're about to die. Oh, I'm going to do this. Oh, I'm going to do that. Oh, stop it.
Yeah.
Take that time, like a few hours, whether it's to see me, whether it's to go to a cafe, you know, and if you feel guilty, like, you know, just say you're at an appointment. You don't have to say where you're going, because if you think you're going to be judged, but make that time that you can set aside where you can read a book, sit at a cafe, have a cup of tea, 1 hour, 2 hours, and do something for you.
Yeah.
Do something for you. Because when I have women here, that's what they say to me. I'm busy, my kids, and they finally come to see me, and then they realize it's like a wake-up call. It's like I've been sleepwalking, dead on the inside, screaming out for help, but I won't do anything for myself. And then, you know, how sad that we'll be in our 70s, 80s, 90s. What a disappointed, sad life. Like, enjoy, have fun for you now. You will be a better wife. Listening, you will be a better mother. You will be a better woman if 100%. You just gave yourself time when it comes to image. Clothing is a tool that when we apply it to ourselves, when we wear it, when we know what we're doing with it, it empowers us. It's like a voice that speaks to not only your family, but to people around you, that I like myself.
I love it. I just love that. I love that, Trish, because then what happens is you feel good about yourself, and then you end up giving the best of yourself to your loved ones, you know, rather than the leftovers.
Well, and the best part is people notice. They're like, wow, you look amazing. And everyone tells me that. They're like, oh my goodness, Trish, I walked into a room and they're like, wow, you looked amazing. And I actually say to them before they leave, you're going to get a lot of compliments. And if they're introverts, I say, what you do is just say, this old thing, just talk it down, because until you can receive a compliment and say thank you, because thank you is a good word.
Yeah.
But if you can't, just say, oh, I've gone to see a stylist and she made me wear this, and, you know, because still they can feel a little bit insecure. But the best part is when you're getting compliments, you just feel good. I went and got a coffee this morning, and the two girls there are like, Trish, we wait for you to walk in to see what you're going to wear.
I love that.
But the pressure's on. Now I've probably got to wear a new outfit every day, which I do. But
I'm so pleased that we got to spend some time together today. Thank you so much for coming on. I'll make sure, obviously, that all your contact details are available. So to my people, I just want to encourage you, book a time. I think that's probably a physical action step that people can take who are battling with low self-esteem, who are really struggling in who they are as themselves. Here's an action step for you. Book a time with Trish, because it's something proactive that you're doing to step out of the current reality to make a change. You know, that's so important. Like, we need to actually physically take some steps.
Nalini, and just to let them know as well, for your girls that are listening, you know, we do total makeovers here at the warehouse. We're photographers and makeup artists and hairstylists, and lunches are provided, and, you know, we usually charge a package. But for your girls, if they want to book in, I'm going to waiver like the makeover styling session with myself that I usually charge, and all they will need to pay for if they were to come are the clothes. And you know that my prices are nothing's over $149, and they're like usually my kimonos or jackets, and so pretty much between $59, $69, $89, $99, just so you know. So they can, if they book in, they can just book in to come and pay for the clothes. So it's amazing. So it'll be fun.
That's amazing. I'll make sure all the details are in the description of this video. Trish, thank you so much. I so appreciate you. Guys, wasn't that just pure gold? Thank you so much for joining Trish and I for today's Top Tips for Life. If you would like to reach out to Trish and take advantage of her very, very special offer to all my YouTube peeps, then why don't you click in the link in the description and head over to Trish G Makeover. All right, take full advantage of that. Lastly, if you have been struggling with self-esteem or just plain mum guilt for investing into you, then why don't you lock in a free 30-minute discovery session with me and let's talk. All right, that's it for today. Love you lots. I'll talk to you soon.